Greetings, Cancer and Cancer Rising. This is your Western forecast for August 2025. This month, we're having a rare, beneficial planetary alignment. The four outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, the outer planets are associated with more life-changing events, where the more personal planets, you know, the Venus, the Mercury, the Mars, Jupiter, can be more associated with mood swings in having a bad period, a good period. But the outer planets could make some more permanent changes. And these four outer planets are all in harmony together this month. And they are especially harmonizing towards Uranus. And Uranus just went into Gemini. And Uranus represents innovation, freedom, revolutionary ideas, especially being in Gemini. Gemini is the sign of information communications. Now, this Uranus in Gemini, which is being so favorably supported by the three other outer planets for you, the Uranus is in your shadow sector or the 12th house. So this is a time where to revolutionize your inner world through more spiritual practices, more meditation, but often when Uranus just by itself is, not everybody will experience it because Uranus is an 84-year cycle, but when Uranus is traveling through the 12th house, secrets, the 12th house, things that are hidden could be suddenly revealed. Or in a more beneficial way, you could be having these great unexpected epiphanies and insights. So it can be a lot of like mental breakthroughs through meditation, through spiritual practices. Now, I'll get further in this video with how does that Pluto, the Neptune, the Saturn help support this tremendous, insightful awakening for you. And it's going to be a long process, but there could be some new revolutionary idea grabs you this month. But if you've been watching my videos, I always like to start with where's the sun? And the first 3 weeks of every August, the sun is in Leo. Leo is the sign after Cancer. So the second sector is your income, cash flow, your possessions. So every August, there could be the sun is putting a real spotlight on your finances. Maybe it is spending too much money on a vacation. Mercury is the planet of communications, information, curiosity, decision-making. Mercury is retrograde, but in Leo, in your second house of income. Mercury first went into Leo, into the second, June the 26th. Then it slowed down and it retrograded in your second of income, July the 17th through August the 10th. At which point now, after all this revising, re-editing, rethinking, for the most part, most of you, soon after August the 10th, will have more focus, more clarity on decisions, Mercury, about money matters. And that Mercury remains focused on money matters through September the 2nd. Now, Venus is the planet of relationships, and it's harmonious, it's cooperative, it's pleasurable, it's romantic. Venus is in Cancer, usually once a year unless there's a retrograde period, from July the 30th till August the 25th. It can be a very social time for you, especially when Jupiter is transiting through its exalted sign of Cancer, which I've been talking about in other videos. Jupiter went into Cancer in June of 2025 through June of 2026. And through most of August, the Jupiter, which brings in all this abundance and expansion and opportunity, is enhancing the Venus. That Venus-Jupiter can be very pleasurable, you could be feeling very sociable, very popular. You might be feeling very attractive because the Venus and Jupiter in Cancer. Cancer is your sun sign or your rising sign, which can have a lot to do with your physical appearance, your whole identity. This could be a really great month to attend a party, to get some kind of real recognition. And because Jupiter likes to travel and Venus is very pleasurable. And then we have Mars, ambitious, assertive Mars, is going into Libra, 4 signs past Cancer, August the 6th, for about 6 weeks, till September the 21st. So Mars is all this restlessness, let's go for it, initiating new action, but it's dealing with the 4th house of family matters or real estate, property matters. And with that Mercury, that decision-making, negotiating Mercury in the 2nd house of income, it could be this, after Mars goes into the 4th of real estate on August the 6th, and then Mercury goes direct on August the 10th. And so after August the 10th, some of you could be finally deciding to make some decisions about buying or selling, remodeling property. But it could also be because of that beautiful sociable Venus-Jupiter in Cancer. Then the Mars in the 4th could stir up a lot of activity with family events, and the Venus-Jupiter could be, bringing a family reunion, a family holiday. So this is some very sociable energies with family, but you might also be spending more money because of the Sun and Mercury in the 2nd house of income, and Venus-Jupiter can be a bit indulgent. But before I go further, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. Now, let's start with Pluto. Transformational Pluto is in Aquarius, in harmony with Uranus in Gemini, because they're both air signs. That Pluto in the 8th. Now it's there for the next 20 years. That could be powerful changes with investments, with inheritance, with joint ventures. But on a deeper level, and Pluto also rules the underworld or psychology, and the 8th house can bring in transformation through therapy, through astrology. That Pluto in the 8th is going to be in harmony with Uranus, at least they're together in air signs for the next 7 years, with Uranus in the 12th of the shadow of the unconscious. So this can be this tremendous awakening of new psychological insights. This could be some tremendous breakthrough therapeutically. But on a lighter note, there could be a strong interest in learning or getting more involved with astrology, or because Uranus is astrology, the 8th house can deal with the occult and transformation. And Saturn and Neptune are hovering within a degree in the fire sign of Aries. So the fire is heating up the Aquarius air, the Uranus in Gemini, air. So the fire is heating up the air, so the air is more stimulated, wants more variety, more mental stimulation. But Saturn and Neptune in Aries, Aries is 10 signs past Cancer. And this brings in more professional inspiration and vision of beginning to make your dreams come true. It's very possible with that Pluto in the 8th, which can be dealing with psychology, among other things. The Neptune-Saturn is, it's like manifesting your long-range professional goals and vision with career. And then that major focus with progressive liberating Uranus in the 12th house of the shadow. This could be there's many examples. One example could be deciding to become a therapist or become an astrologer. On a more mundane level, going so deep psychologically could also be going really deep into research. And it could even be like medical scientific research. So I want to thank you for watching.